Hey everyone, welcome back. Trish had to go let the dog in. Thank you, G2, for that. And you're welcome for my rants. More to come from that. So, welcome to Amerizuela. Yes, I titled that because that is exactly where we're headed, and we're almost over the border. So, how is everyone tonight? And what are you prepping this week? Let's see what you are prepping. Put it in the comments section so everyone can get ideas, maybe some new ideas. Okay. Me, I am prepping. I've been having some canned goods delivered by Kroger. I got more pet supplies coming in. Comfort foods I started ordering more of, more cleaning supplies. Let's see, what else? The drink mixes, like in the big containers of like Gatorade, iced tea, lemonade, stuff like that. So no kidding, an encyclopedia set. Wow. I love that. I remember using those when I was in school. And yeah, I ordered more books too from thriftbooks.com. It's my favorite place to go for books. Matter of fact, a subscriber got a hold of me. She is a prepper blogger, and her website I put in the description box below. It's with all of the other links for really awesome products. Okay. So when the live stream is done and over with, please go over to her website and check her out. I checked out her website, and oh my goodness gracious, she has everything from recipes to ideas to challenges, prepping challenges. So it looks like a really, really cool website. Yes, Jen, there you are. Jen's New York homestead. So it's her website. It is really badass. I love it, love it, love it. You're welcome, Jen. No problem. What was that? Green beans, Kool-Aid packets, rice packets from the Dollar Tree, spices and salt. Yeah, I picked up. Oh, wow, Brandy. Hey, how have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you, honey. I understand info before judgment with all. Yeah, no kidding. I agree with you 100% on that. Yeah, I've been prepping a lot of spices as well. I picked up, oh my goodness gracious, about 5 things of ground pepper and 2 of the big things of salt, because I had like a half dozen of salt. So I picked up 2 more things of salt. So, hey, Walmarts. Yes, Defy Dad, salt. Yes, I picked up more salt. So, I feel that anything dry, dry goods, flour, sugar, salt, spices, let's start stocking up on that stuff. It's cheap. You can get it at dollar stores. All right. Cotton crochet yarn. Can be crocheted bandages. No kidding. Sweet Tea Hills. I like that idea. Okay. Pain Aid. Yes. Advil, Tylenol. Yeah, you're right. Susan in the house. Oh, no kidding, Dawn Marie. Ordered an extra solar generator today. Right on. Love it. Pasta, TP, jams, ground beef, lamp oil, Knorr mixes and spices. Beautiful. What are threaded curtains, Lady Casca? Threaded curtains. Are you talking about like the curtains that I have up? Like they're the blackout curtains? Because I have blackout curtains throughout my entire house. And they do make a huge difference when it comes to your electric bill. I will say that. Hey, Prepping 101, how are you? Yes, Letty Marie. Yes, I did get your email. Oh, thrifted. Oh, from a church sale. Okay. Holy cow, 650 pounds of beef? Whoa. I don't even have the freezer space for that.
Nice score.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nice.
No notification. Listen, nobody's getting notifications of my stuff anymore, and I don't know why. Just, you know what? Make sure, you know, that little bell thingy on the things on the video. Make sure you click on it. You know, that's all I can say, and hopefully you start getting them. That's all. I mean, you know.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. Just life happened. So, how
Yeah,
are you?
a walk-in freezer, exactly. Defied that, like something like they would have in the restaurants. Can you? I would love to have something like that. Where would I even put that?
That would be nice.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't mind one of those.
Prepping 101. You know the thing. Come on, man. Wise ass. Mama Liam, you know what? That's not the first time that's happened. People getting unsubscribed from my channel. It's not the first time. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Quite a few people saying that.
Oh, Flintstone girl, you're having surgery on Wednesday. Oh, all right. Well, oh, thank you, Tom. Well, you know what? It's for your shoulder. I had shoulder surgery. My right shoulder, I had a rotator cuff. It's not easy. What do I think about collecting copper? Trish, that's more your avenue.
Copper?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that copper's my avenue, but collecting it meaning not paying for it and keeping it? Yeah.
I mean, TN Bingham wants to know.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're randomly finding copper, yeah, keep it. Sure. Is it worth money? Yeah, worth quite a bit. But you got to find that right person that knows how to use it or melt it down to use it in a different way. I wouldn't go trying to recycle it for small change, you know, as you recycle tin or aluminum or anything like that, because you'll get more money for it if you perhaps sell it to an electrician.
She
They
said
love
by
it.
the pounds. No, by the pounds, she's saying.
You mean selling it by the pound? Oh, yeah,
Thanks, Mary.
200 ounces of copper? Same one? Same person?
No,
TN?
different person.
Oh, okay.
Different person.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you have it in. Is it copper pennies or is it copper piping? Right? So it
She didn't
depends
say
on
that.
what you've got it in. Is it copper wire? What is it? Yeah. As the minister's corner is saying, the scrap the prices kind of suck. They do. I wouldn't be doing it for scrap metal.
Okay, this needs to be addressed. We had a scheduled lockdown in our school today, and this is the first time they've ever used police in a lockdown. I don't understand. I've been there for 5 years. Whoa. Uh, a scheduled lockdown where they used police? What?
Where? Yeah, give us a little more info than that. Give us a, are you in the United States? What part kind of thing?
William. Yeah, I believe he is here in the States. Honey, can you tell us a little bit more? Because that's, wow. Hi, Mariola from Spain. How are you, sweetheart?
So the person on the copper said it's copper bricks.
Oh.
Really? Yeah, I mean, if you're paying for them though, just make sure you're not paying much. If you're not paying for them and you can acquire copper bricks, yeah, keep going. Grab them. You can store them outside under leaves. They're not gonna go, you know, anywhere.
Thanks,
You
Dawn.
can, you can disguise them well. You don't have to keep them in the house. They're not gonna rot. Yeah, I'd grab some.
I love you too, Dawn. Thank you. Someone told me a while ago they lock down schools and anyone inside will be prohibited from leaving. That's why they make kids have emergency food for more than 3 days now. Yes, but a lot of parents are sending me copies of the letters that they're receiving from their schools saying, like the one in Alabama, the school in Alabama, they're actually asking the parents to keep their kids home from school because the school has no food to feed the children. So, it's kind of like, ooh, you know, a stage drill, Adelia, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen him say anything more about it. So,
So somebody was asking more about copper, but they were mentioning that they sell copper rounds on SD Bullion. Yeah, they do.
yeah, I
I
saw
wouldn't,
that comment. Yeah.
I wouldn't be buying it. No, no. I mean, copper is going up right now in price, but it's not going to be enough for you to get what you want out of it. If you were going to buy a metal, buy silver.
Right. Am I stocking on diapers? Because I don't know if I'm going to be a grandma. I am not going to be a grandma. Not Andrew. It's in the will. Andrew cannot make me a grandma until I'm 50. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Huh?
Good luck with that.
My daughter works at a school in the kitchen. The food shortage in the schools is nationwide. Yes, Treasure Seeker. It is, honey. It is. It's nationwide. It's hitting everywhere, hon. It really is. Yes, Rage Against the Machine. That's true here in Alabama. Yeah, sweetheart. I know it is. And yes, raised bed homestead, prepping, focusing on firewood. Absolutely. That is something else that we should all be focusing on is grid down cooking, whether it's charcoal, firewood, like getting cords of firewood. Okay. Even wood chips. You can buy, the big bags of wood chips, getting lighter fluid, matches, and, lighters, things like that. Let's focus on grid down cooking as well. Get a fire pit. A lot of stores are starting to carry those now because why? Because it's almost fall or, winter or whatever you want to call it. Or if you have a fireplace, things like that. Let's focus on grid down cooking as well. In Texas, where wife works at, where are you? Oh, Larry, your wife works at an elementary school in Texas. Oh, okay. So it is true. All right. Oh, here he is. Oh, didn't even know they were going to do the lockdown today. And usually I'm told everything. But as far as the police, they were doing a lockdown. I've never, and that was at an elementary school. Are you a teacher there, William, or just a parent, or what's going on? Honestly, Brandy, I'm not even. Thank you, Lady Casca. I honestly don't even know, Brandy, what's going on in Australia, Lebanon, Moscow lockdowns next. What? Oh my God. Do you see what I mean when I say there's so much going on? It's like it just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming. It never stops. It just keeps going. And it's like we're getting hit with all of it all at the same time. You just don't know which way to look anymore. You really don't. You don't know. I don't even know if I'm coming or going sometimes. Yes, the 6 hour sternos. Yeah, Trish had brought that up a while ago. Sam's Club has what is it, a 12 pack? The last time I bought them, they were $16 for the 12 pack. Whether the price has gone up, I'm not really sure. So, but I bought them like a month ago. So,
Yes, yes, they've gone up. I just bought 3 more packs the other day. They're about $25.
ah,
Yeah,
ouch.
yeah, yeah. So we had 2. I got 3 more just to make sure we more than had enough for the winter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sandy Jolly, nursing homes too. They are ordering food out. So they're getting takeout for nursing homes. If you have family, like if you put parents, grandparents in nursing homes, they're giving them takeout.
Val, yes, I did just break out the chocolate. Just saying.
What would be our choice for an unconditional prep? Unconventional prep. Unconventional prep. Wow. I would have to think on that for a minute. I'd have to think on that because I prep in so many different ways, so many different aspects. I don't just focus on one thing. You know what I mean? I just boom, 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 boom. You know, it's so hard to say. It really is.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that one.
Yeah, let me think on that, and I'll get back to you.
I think mine is probably more, well, it's an unconventional, but everybody gets some of it, just not a lot. Ziploc bags, and duct tape.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. And you know what, Brandy? You're probably going to be the richest woman alive after shit hits the fan because of your unconventional.
What was it? Oh yeah. Hey. If you can acquire enough of it and
Yeah, no kidding.
and not have a problem. Not have a problem.
Right on. You know, I don't know. My unconventional. I still have to think because I literally prep so many different things. It's really hard for me to sit here and say it's this or it's that. I don't know yet. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know yet. I have to think.
Yeah, like Sweet and Spicy said, freezer bags. You know, I'm doing the Ziploc freezer bags, the 1 gallon, and I'm doing duct tape and weird stuff. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I know they're going to be really expensive later. I know I use them now
Yeah.
in different ways,
Mm-hmm.
and you can always store stuff in those bags. Duct tape you can repair anything. Oh my God, somebody, who was it on the Canadian Prepper or something like that? The other day they were talking about, even if somebody had a serious wound, you could patch it up with duct tape. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you could.
I think it was Canadian Prepper, his video with the bunker guy.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, you could, if you get a massive wound, you could wrap it up with duct tape. And I'm thinking, yeah, you could, but shit, that's going to hurt taking that off, man. You could.
Yeah. What information have I heard about Marshall? I don't really, I hope not. Let me just say, I pray to God not. Because after that, all hell's just going to break loose and there's no going back. You know, I mean, I don't even want to think about that. I really don't. I don't even want to think about that. I don't. I don't. Flotation devices?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Especially around here, Florida. Yeah. That's
East Coast.
pantyhose. Yeah. You know what, Leo's wife? Yeah, that is a good one because you can use those to make filters.
Yeah, freeze-dried coffee. Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if not freeze-dried, something that is vacuum sealed coffee,
Yeah.
you know?
I guess that one thing that I do have an insane amount of is like laundry soaps. So would that be considered an unconventional? I don't know. I mean, I have like a year and a half worth of laundry soap and fabric softener, and would that be an unconventional? I don't know.
I have an excessive amount of small hotel bar soaps.
Mm,
An excessive amount.
yeah.
At least anybody I know will be clean one way or another.
Yeah, I have a lot of lint too, and I save that because it's a really good fire starter. So I keep lint in Ziplocs. So yes, I know mothballs are really good to have, especially in the pantry because of moths.
Yeah, we got like 5 or 6 right now running around the dining room.
Washington Washington put out a message on phones for you to be tracked as you leave your area so that if around anyone who is sick, you will be notified. Huh. Is that through an app?
I don't know about that.
Q-tips. That's a good one, Brandy. Yeah, I have a good stock of Q-tips, but then again, I use Q-tips for a lot of different things.
I am blessed, got her seed. Yay! Or his or her seed. Awesome. Good. I'm glad you got them. Fly strips. Really?
Yes, I have fire extinguishers. What?
Fly strips.
Yeah.
I mean, I need a couple in in the dining room right now because I got a couple of moths in there. But fly strips, really? That's an odd one. I guess they're cheap.
Drops for pink eye. I thought that was for prescription only, though. Or do they have an OTC for that?
I don't know.
Oh, William, you're the head custodian. Okay. I didn't know if you were a teacher or a parent. Okay, so you're the head custodian. Okay. Thank you. Because I was wondering how. Wow. Jeez, man. So are they like trying to get people used to these lockdowns in schools? Let it.
That's obvious. Yes.
La La Land, that's a really good question. And man, do I not have the answer. There you go.
Yeah. That is a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a challenge that I battle it just about every week when we're doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Um, just the idea of even people thinking that you're generous with stuff. is difficult
Yeah.
because whose house are they going to go to, right?
Right.
The one who's been passing stuff out. That's why you don't do it from your place.
Mm-hmm.
But even for people that know you, that's going to be a challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, not an easy one.
And then this, cities not showing food shortages have been strategically done on purpose to confuse the public. And you're right. They're not showing it on MSN. So that's why when you guys send me pictures in my email, I put them in videos. And people have been telling me that they find it helpful to see that this is also going on in other states and other countries, because I have people from the UK sending me pictures like, this is what our supermarkets look like. They say that they actually find it helpful. So they're like, okay, I'm not crazy. We're not the only ones experiencing this. No, you're not. And I still hear a lot of people say, we're not seeing it here. We're not seeing it here. Not everyone is going to see it at the same time. So, Okay, Lynn, thank you. OTC for the pink eye. Thank you. Because that's one thing, it's a bitch when you get it.
Yeah. So I had asked you a question earlier by text. And the question was, and you answered it, but this is a question for everybody. Do we really think we're going to be bartering food or crops in any way? And if you think you are, what does that look like to you guys? What does that scenario look like where you'd be willing to barter certain things, food, whatever? What does that look like to you guys? Do you think that there'll be a time frame that you will actually see where we'll be bartering? So I'm putting together a bin for the stuff that I wanted to consider for bartering, regardless of, what it is. Anything and everything would go into that one bin. And then if it came down to it, and we're bartering anything, either extra goods that you might have, anything like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to find a way to create a barter instead of a bartered bag. Do it as a bin, something that you can put them all in and make it real easy. Have them all in one location, easily accessible, keeping them dry. And then you can just kind of reach into that bin and sort out whatever it is you want to barter with that day. So, I don't know, you guys having a hard time hearing me?
Yeah.
Okay, now you tell me that.
I can hear you, but they can't.
All right. I don't know. I got the volume up as high as it'll go, so I can't help you. I don't know. So, what are you guys thinking about, or with regard to bartering? Are you considering the idea or the possibility of bartering down the road? And if you are, what are you thinking about with regard to it? Like I said, I'm putting together a barter bin just to be able to chuck everything in and keep it in one location and keep it dry. So I don't know, I'm looking for some ideas and seeing what you guys are thinking about, or if you're thinking about that at all.
Me, myself, I'll barter services. Like I said, I used to be a hairdresser, so I will barter a haircut for whatever. You know what I mean? Other than that, yeah, Tashana, salt would be a good barter, but I would keep the salt that you got and not get rid of it if I were you. You'll barter your wife. Tom, stop.
Certainly, if you can do, if you're mentioning small salt and pepper shakers, stuff like that, yeah, that'd be really good. It depends on what it is you're bartering for, but in my head, when I contemplate the idea of bartering, I think it's going to come down to people needing food badly, badly. The ones that are unprepared and have not a damn clue what just happened, right?
Mhm.
So the idea of barter bags we were talking about before with, anything from a bag of rice to a bag of beans, and I am talking small bags, but bag of rice, bag of beans, salt and pepper shakers, and maybe cans of tuna, chicken, whatever, would make a really good barter if you're looking at someone who's hungry, but what do they have? So that's kind of where I'm looking at it and going, okay, well, to give away now, for me, to give away food and help people in need, that's one thing. To help them later, I'm still going to want to, but you have to do it really carefully. And do you do it just because you want to help others, which we all do, or do you do it as trade? And how do you do it? I mean, I've been to other countries, I've been different places, and there's always, those markets that you walk into and you always kind of whittle the prices here and there. So you do a little bit of bartering on the price, but you're not bartering goods. You're buying something and you're knocking the price down a little here or there. I've never really done the whole bartering thing, certainly not in the United States.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering what that looks like here. What do you guys think?
No, I barter, but only with people that I actually know and trust. So when it comes down to it, and we actually have to barter, I don't know.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
just such a foreign concept for people here, right? I mean, we've never had to do it. Um, you, you know, you go out and you get what you need at the store when you need it, but when you can't, that changes everything. No, we're not there yet. I get that. I'm not
Mm-mm.
talking about now. I'm talking about, even a year or two down the road. I'm always thinking ahead. I'm trying to always think ahead. And as I'm going through the different things that we do have, I'm trying to set aside stuff in, as I mentioned, a bin even. And just wondering about the concept of doing that here in the United States. Really, out of necessity. And I'm not even talking about me needing to, but someone needing to do it for food. I do believe what's coming is going to knock us all for a loop.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Um, this is just one of those things where I don't truly believe anyone right now living, unless you're in your 90s, I don't think anyone truly knows the reality of what's coming. I just don't think so. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm not feeling that. You know, you were talking in one of your videos the other day about the 7-year famine. I've been saying it for a while now.
I know. That's why I brought it up.
We are at the beginning of that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say we're probably about 6 months in. And yet, a lot of people aren't recognizing it for what it is. They're just thinking shortages, or they're hearing what they're hearing. This is much deeper.
Really, Marielle, she lives in Venezuela. She says bartering is a dangerous skill.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. But I think we're going to find too many people that are hungry, and we're going to need to fit in, right? We're going to need to fit in, hungry or not. The good news is my stomach is always growling no matter what, so I will fit in for that. You only got to be around me 2 or 3 minutes to figure that out. But this is something none of us have seen. Unless you've lived in Russia for a while, or unless you lived in Greece for a while, none of us have seen this. And I think we can prep all we want, and I think we can watch all the videos you possibly can, and bring yourself right back to 1912, but none of us have lived it. So I don't know, weird things going through my head these days. I've not had a very good feeling about most of this in the last 2 or 3, 4 months. And it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And now, even then, I felt like there's no way I can stop. I've got to keep prepping. I just had this urgent sense to keep going, don't stop, you can rest when you're dead, kind of thing. And still don't really have any feeling that I can slow down or stop. But now I'm looking more towards what can I set aside to help other people with. And I'm still going back to food, because I think that's going to be the most urgent thing. And it's the most cheap thing for us to do as well.
There are so many things that are happening.
Yeah.
And it seems like no matter how many times it gets said, how loud we yell it, no matter who says it. No one believes it. But what's funny is now that, like, for over a year, I've been saying to Sean's mom and his sister and stuff like that, you better start stocking up. You better start stocking up. You better start stocking up. They didn't want to listen. It took a TikTok video for them to start stocking up. And the person in this TikTok video said the same damn thing that I was saying to them for over a year. It doesn't make sense. And now with all these shortages and then putting in 12-foot sections of applesauce in Kroger and 12-foot sections of Kool-Aid jammers in the coffee section and paper plates where the croutons used to be. It's just amazing. Yeah, Wes, you're right. A big storm is coming. I hope everyone is ready.
Yeah.
Because Trish and I have been yelling from the mountaintops. Get ready. Get ready.
So get ready for what? Right? That's the question.
Does it have to be one thing, though?
No.
Does it have to be one thing in particular? Can it just be a warning? Red alert. Wake up.
But
Does it have to be one thing?
You can't get ready for something if you don't know what to get ready for.
But none of us really know what's actually coming. Or
well, we kind of do. We know that there's going to be a major food shortage.
Okay.
We know that. There's no question about that.
Okay, so if we were to just say, in 6 months, we're going to be just like Venezuela. Welcome to Amerizuela. Hence the title of this live stream.
Yes, but most people here don't even truly understand what that is.
Okay, so let's do a history lesson.
All right. I love history.
Okay, so do I. I'm a history buff. So let's do a history lesson. If you know anything about Venezuela, see, I wish I can talk to Marielle, but her internet is so in and out, in and out, in and out. It's terrible what it's like over there right now. So you could barely even talk to her sometimes. So, because I used to email with her back and forth, and I haven't even heard from her. So, and you're right, Firestina, we haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah.
Let's just look at Venezuela and how it started and what it was like the first year. Get a timeline going and try to prepare for what the first year of Venezuela was really like in that first year. Do you think you could prepare for that? But I want you to remember, as of last Friday, Venezuela had no running water.
For how long?
I don't know. JK, Jen, JK. Do they still do they have water yet? I'm waiting for her to answer. So, you know, because for those of us who have been prepping food and water, food and water, food and water, food and water, okay, fine. Now, we all know that Venezuela is extremely dangerous. Like JK said, with bartering, it's a very dangerous thing to do. So, what do we do with that? Okay, so let's look at our security for our homes. Okay, let's look at personal security. Let's look at different aspects. Okay, because you don't it's so hard to, because like they don't even have running electricity all the time. They don't even have internet all the time. They don't have water all the time. They don't have a lot of things 24/7 like we do here. So you have to be able to prepare yourself for this. Okay? So start tomorrow, as of tomorrow, start if you can. Yeah, rainwater harvesting. It's a great idea. Get the cheap collapsible rainwater barrels. You can get them at Home Depot online. They were $36. I have them. Okay. And start rainwater harvesting. Even though we're not in our, rainy seasons anymore, starting spring, let's start harvesting rainwater. Okay. As for electricity, get a jackery, solar jackery. Let's look at, I know you're going to say, I can't afford that. Neither can I. But for those of us who can, solar generator. Right on? If we can agree to disagree, okay? Let's look at other ways of generating electricity. Okay? I don't care if you come up with a machine that you have attached to a bicycle and you have to pedal it. There are ways to get around things, okay? Yes, Homer, oil heaters, for those of us that live in the colder climates. No, Rage Against the Machine. I did not lose power for 30 minutes. Yeah. Thank you, Texas, Jay. EcoFlow Delta, pretty reasonable. Thank you, honey. So, let's start putting our ideas in the comment section. Okay. Let's bounce ideas off of each other. Okay. With electricity, off grid electricity, water, things like that. Okay. That's why we're a community. We have to work together. Let's bounce ideas off of each other. That's how we grow together. Okay. There is no such thing as just, going at this alone. All right. Because if we are really truly going to be looked at as the next Venezuela, look at how they were for their very first year of socialism and being the country that they are today. And apply that to your prepping style from now on.
Deborah just asked, if we have the EMP field, do we still need generators? We have the EMP field here, but just because you have that doesn't mean you'll have electricity to your home.
Yeah, because once they shut it off, they shut it off.
Once the grid goes down, it goes down, period. Yeah. You want the EMP shield to protect the items in your home so that when the grid goes down, you can use the generator to repower all of your equipment. But if you don't have the EMP shield, you're kind of out of luck there, because it'll even take out your generator.
Yeah.
Right? So The hard part about that is you got to keep the generator in an EMP bag
Yeah.
all the time. So if you want to use it, that's the tough part. It's almost like, you're playing Russian roulette when you take it out of the bag.
Right on.
You don't really know.
All right.
That's why I was going to do two of them. One to use now and hopefully maybe take some money off the electric bill, but then one to store if. But that's an expensive thing to get if, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard one. But truth is, if you get hit with an EMP, it's going to get trashed.
Yes.
You know. So. I did the 1800 solar generator, and I just got it, but I'm not going to do a review on it yet because I only just got it. I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you that is one solid piece of equipment, and I was thrilled when I saw it. Awesome. But now I got to try it out because it doesn't mean anything if it doesn't work well. So Venezuela style, what does that even really mean?
I don't know. I'm just putting it out there.
Does it mean no running water? Does it mean that intermittent electricity or worse? I think it means worse. I think it means get used to it maybe an hour a day if you're
Yeah.
lucky,
Right.
Because that's what they have there. They have
Okay.
intermittent electricity,
If
meaning
they're
they schedule it on and off. So you may have it for 45 minutes to an hour if you're lucky, 2 hours. But wow, how do you deal with that?
Yeah.
It's called do everything you've got to do in that span of time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Alan, exactly like the book I read, the Sarajevo. Yeah.
People keep asking why are we sad tonight. I'm not sad. I'm not sad at all. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
The amount of work that it has taken to get to the point that we're at here.
Yeah.
It's
It's not easy.
Then again, I'm glad I'm able to do what I've done. Not
Oh,
complaining.
sure.
Not complaining at all. But it's tiring. And, at some point, I need to take a break. At some point. How, when, where, I don't know.
And JK, you know what? You're right. You are 100% right. Amerizuela will be worse. Why? Because we are spoiled, rotten brats. Look at us. Look at us.
Yeah, it'll be entirely different than what you actually see in Venezuela for us.
Oh, yeah.
People are not ready for what's coming. Even those that are prepped are not ready for what's coming. Spiritually, emotionally, just we're not ready for this. And I wonder because there are the groups of preppers out there that are looking forward to the day that they can use their preps. I'm not.
No,
I'm not at
I
all.
don't want to. I've worked too damn hard to accumulate what I have.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, we'd be using them when really it gets bad. How many people really wanted to get that bad, right? I don't think any one of us really want that. But the fact that we are spoiled is an absolute truth.
Well, sure it is. Think about it. We lay our heads down every single night in air conditioned homes with clean sheets. Wake up, take our showers, brush our teeth, wash our hair, put on clean clothes, sit down at our dining room tables or our kitchen tables, drink fresh coffee, eat breakfast or whatever. I mean, I don't. I just, drink coffee and whatnot, you know, have the pick of whatever I want for, to make dinner, feed my dogs and my cats fresh food every single day. Come and go as I please with not a worry in the world. You know, I get pissy if my thermostat goes above 72. Think about it.
Yeah.
I go from when I get bored with Hulu, I go to Peacock. When I get bored with Peacock, I go to Netflix. When I get bored with Netflix, I go to this one and that one and this one. Imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not trying to sound like a spoiled brat, but my husband and I have made a life for ourselves to where we can do these things. Yeah, learn to live without refrigeration.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. It's really called shut the electric off for the weekend. That's really what it's called. And that's just a brief time, right? Do it with no electric.
Yeah.
If you want to really take a dry run at it, do that, you know?
Venezuela is a rich country before it fell. They didn't have time to prep. It was hard for them. Exactly, Cornamon, and I agree with you. But because we learned from what they went through, and we are now seeing those signs, those of us who have more than two brain cells, we are seeing those signs and we are preparing ourselves, our families, and our homes.
Yeah.
And we came together as a community. And here we are tonight. So, and we've been together for quite some time. And I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon. You know what I mean? So that's why I say you bounce ideas off of each other. Get to know one another in the comment section.
Right.
Share email addresses, phone numbers, if you will. And let's just, if you have to have a plan, maybe you can trust one another enough to have a plan together. Trish and I do. Okay. So this is what I mean. You have to stick together because if there ever comes a time and you need somebody and you just never know.
I think it's Beth. Beth made a good comment. No water is way worse than no electric. You're right. At least for me. You're right. You can always do something for light, right? You can do candles. You can do just about anything to get some light. Although you still got your appliances to deal with. But yeah, no water would be much, much worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, water is number one. I agree. You can go 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. So just remember that. Okay. So,
All right, Leslie, where are you? You have no running water. Are you like Alaska or where
What?
are you? Yeah, it doesn't have
Les-
running water.
Leslie, she says, does anyone here live in Oklahoma? That Leslie?
Um, no, above that.
Leslie A. Why? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're always that way. I mean, there are people that don't, but um, I have not been without running water.
I live in the mountains of eastern Oregon and I live on in a hickory shed. Wow.
No,
I wouldn't mind doing that.
you're really off good. Oh yeah, you would mind doing it. Trust me.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I mean, you got to get used to it. You know, it's not something you can just jump into because you'll go nuts after a bit, you know? Um, yeah, you just got to ease yourself into that kind of thing. Uh, you know, those that do it and do off grid, and, you know, many of them were born and raised in it. Other people got used to it, wanted to do it, moved, let's say, to Alaska or something like that. Um, you know, I've never had to. The idea or the concept of it is, you know, concerning, but I'm getting ready for it.
Michigan
So,
today, news again, contaminated water lines in Michigan.
oh yeah.
Yeah, Dahlia, she just said it. It's awful.
So, Amerizuela, huh? What is that going to look like?
A bunch of entitled brats not knowing what to do. Well, except for those of us of the prepared mind, I think we'll have a little bit more of a smoother transition, you know?
Well, even that I wonder about, you know. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's
But then again, you have all of these elites and celebrities that are building these underground bunkers now.
yeah, I saw them.
What do they know that we don't? Huh?
Under- Well, it's not even that. It's they have money and they need to put it somewhere. So before the dollar devaluates, you might as well buy another space to sleep in, right? Because really it's under or near a space they already own, right? So they're just securing what they already have and tucking it away and getting ready. Because let's face it, when it all hits the fan, you think anybody's going to really, police wise, going to be going and defending those homes?
Right.
Probably not. So what are people going to go for? They're going to go for the expensive houses. They're going to go for the ones where people had money. Just like they will in the cities, they will loot the stores. I mean, we've seen that happen already, so that's easy to predict, right?
And Sandy Jolly, uh, take 1 gallon of water, add 8 drops of bleach. That's how you purify water with bleach. 8 drops per 1 gallon. Okay.
So 9 meals away. We talked about that. You did the video on that.
Yes.
9 meals. What does that mean? Well, for me,
3 days.
when I saw that, it is correct that most people these days don't have much more than 1 week's worth of food in their home.
That's right.
3 days. 3 days.
Hmm.
So they're 3 days away from having to kind of start deciding when they go shopping, on the weekend, end of the week. And most people do it once a week. Most people do it when they get paid every week. And for those who have put enough away that they just occasionally still go, but don't need to, it's different, right? Well, when you go now, but you can't go later, and you haven't stocked up, or you haven't been able to stock up, nine meals. It's just the idea. So
Linda, I wish this would blow over, but when it goes worldwide like this, honey, this is not just going to blow over. Okay. I wish it would, but it's not.
Oh, I wish it would too. Believe me. We're not here thinking that, thinking about all of this stuff and then it just goes away. First off, it's hit mainstream media now.
Yeah.
So that should tell you something. Because they ignore everything, and the stuff that they do tell you isn't even correct. It's not even close to correct. So what they're saying now and the reasons for it is absolute garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times can they say, well, there's what is it, listeria or salmonella or one thing or another? How many times are they going to do that season around? On everything, they went from hot dog buns all the way to the meat.
And now onions.
Spices, onions, everything. There isn't something that they didn't hit. And I said that before they hit the hot dog buns, and I was like, oh my God, there was a category they forgot, and now they've hit it. Right?
I know.
It's that shiny object. They're trying to make sure that there's something else that you look at other than what it truly is. And have you looked at the prices of things going up and up and up and up? But, there's a salmonella outbreak or there's a listeria outbreak. So that's why we had to take it off the shelves. Yeah, that's crap.
Yeah. Well, look at what JK just said.
What I think the cargo ships are really about, and now, just so you know, one of the things they're doing with the cargo ships is they're testing everybody, right? For that thing, they're testing everybody.
Right on.
If one person on the boat, just one, has it, or they say has it, tests positive in any way, boat, go bye-bye. They have to turn around and leave. Go back, get a brand new crew, not just the one person, get a brand new crew, and then come back and wait at the back of the line. They're doing that with all of them. They're testing everybody. So whatever is on that boat is going to take that much longer to actually come in. So
not yet, JK. You know what, JK, if you could put the link in the description box and the description box, listen to me, the comment section, and then so everyone can do like a copy and paste and they can save it or something like that, because I'm going to be watching that after the live. There's a movie that's free on YouTube. It's called After Armageddon.
TN is saying the test is to see how many people will actually return their preps to the store. Really? No. Nobody's doing that.
What?
Nobody's doing that.
Say what?
Yeah. Nobody's returning their preps to the store. Trust me, nobody's doing that.
Who told her that?
I don't know. But nobody's doing that because, first of all, the prices at the store now are higher than the stuff that you bought. Nobody's doing that. And you're not going to get any extra money. You're still going to have to show a receipt. No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
But yeah, so do I think the cargo ships have anything to do with hyperinflation? No, I don't. I think they'll use any excuse they can. But I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it has to do with the fact that the Fed has printed too much money. Way too much money. I mean, come on, the Fed's balance sheet hockey stick. It went straight up. They have spent more money in the last year and a half than they have spent in 400 years. Let that sink in. More money in the last year and a half than they have in 400 years. That's what the balance sheet did. It was pretty much increasing, but then a hockey stick. Ridiculous. That's what it's about. And will they do, or will they blame it on something else? Sure, absolutely. They're never going to blame themselves. That would just be foolish of them, right?
What?
Yeah. Fourth Industrial Revolution. You got that right. So, what is...
Yeah, I believe in that too, Adelia.
What's that?
That I agree with you. I agree 100%.
I don't know. I'm used to them having a goal, planning it out, and then waiting for our reaction to the problem that they caused. And I think our reaction on this might have actually caught a few of them by surprise. Nobody expected people to really be prepping this time around. I think they expected, just like in the 80s, for people to ignore it. And for the most part, they did. I think if, first off, I don't think there's a lot of food on those ships. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it is predominantly food. Some, yeah. But nowhere near. Yeah, I've heard that about the ships and the Trojan horses. Yeah, I've heard that. I'm not buying that either. First off, you got to think about it. That's an awful lot of food that they would need to carry to accomplish that with very little sanitation. No, they're not. That's not it. No. I think it's all the crap that we normally buy that we're just not buying anymore. I mean, I know my buying habits have changed drastically.
Oh, yeah.
So multiply that by how many billion, right? Quite honestly, unless it is food related, they can send those ships back. We don't need them. Honestly, we don't. I mean, think about it. We don't really need most of what's on those ships unless it's food related.
Waiting till preps go out of date.
Most preppers don't. I mean, we look at the dates, but that's not our main focus. We know that most of those, especially depending on how you have now repackaged them, right? Because we all do that. Mylar bags, different things, right? They're not really going to go. Not the long-term stuff. It's not going to go out of date. Your stuff that you're, up to 1 year, yeah, that will. But you'll
Yeah,
be using it. That's why you're supposed to rotate through your preps.
right. Well, he just said 2022, 2023.
Yeah. But I have canned goods that go into 2028 right now.
So do I. My canned hams, 2028.
Yeah. So,
Yes, Brandy, barter your out of dates.
46 days. That's impressive.
26 days.
46.
What's going on in 46? What? I
Hang
didn't
on.
say it.
There's just somebody, Brandy, with an IE mentioning have not eaten in 46 days. Is that for fasting or is that just because?
What are you doing to yourself? And why are you doing it to yourself? Brandy
Well,
Bigham?
I've done the 45 day before. I
No,
understand.
no, 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 no. Unless you're like seriously like drinking like protein shakes every day and stuff like that. That's different. But no, 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 no. Are you taking vitamins? You better be.
Well, 45-day fast, some people have done it. 46, I'm not sure if that's what she means.
You better go eat something.
Um, it's not the easiest to do, but
That's a good question, Adelia. Will that food and stuff even go through quality control if it's so backed up? Probably not. Because what the hell do they care? They're not the ones going to be buying it.
yeah, that's why I don't think there's a lot of food on those ships. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that's the case. Have you all looked at the Baltic Dry Index? Any of you? I've been going over that with
Oh,
Autumn.
yeah. I'm still keeping, even though I really don't understand a lot of it, I'm still keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, so how many of you guys have looked at the Baltic Dry Index lately? That's the first question. Second is, do you know what it is? And thirdly, when that dries out, that's a major problem. And it's not good. So Google it, check it out, see what it is, and learn something new. Not really new, but learn something about it. So the Baltic Dry Index is a way that they have found to calculate and measure the global production of dry goods. And it doesn't matter if it's lumber or wheat and corn and things like that. That's basically what it is. It's all dry goods. But the rumor is, this is the rumor. Take it for that because I don't have it in cement yet, okay? But the rumor is when the Baltic Dry Index dries up, meaning it is no more. That is first off, it's a global measure of dry goods. So when the Baltic Dry Index goes dry, it's globally. That means there'll be no ship dry goods either available on ships in the water or not. No one's ready for that. And honestly, I believe that's what's coming. So take a look at the Baltic Dry Index, look and see what is in the list of the Baltic Dry Index, and then look at your gaps and fill them in while you can. But I do think that that's what's coming. And I think that's what people are severely unprepared for, because most don't even know what it is. Yeah, Barb, you got that right, 1850s. Yep. Yeah, that will knock us back to a time frame that nobody can relate to.
Here is a link for the Baltic Dry Index. I'm putting it up right now. Okay, so people will have something that they can copy, paste, put it in another tab or window or whatever, and they can check it out when they get the chance. Okay.
So Tom was just mentioning hyperinflation with regard to the ships and the cargo being worth a lot more. Yeah, that is true. However, I don't think those ships are going to be out at sea just waiting for that. I do agree with you. Their cargo will be worth a lot more. I do agree that there will be many that hold out for more money. But they're not being let in to offload. It's not just about the ships and the operators and the companies that run those ships. There is more to it than that. A lot more to it.
Yeah, I'm going to keep putting, there's a lot of really good links that I've been adding to the description box as well. So you guys can have some access to some really cool stuff. And if you want, I will put the link to the Baltic Dry Index in the description box underneath all of your information, Trish, so they can keep watch on that as well.
Someone was asking, what is the excuse for the ship not unloading? Well, it's very simple. The cargo unloading area, they can only handle so many of them at one time, right? And these ships do not just have a few containers or even hundreds, they have thousands of containers on that ship. And there are only so many trucks now that California has passed this tremendous law, right? The law that outlaws any vehicle that has emission standards that don't meet the 2014 emissions test. It's going to meet 2014 or better. Every truck that doesn't is not allowed to go in to help them get those cargo containers out of there. They can't unload them because they don't have the room to unload them. They have to unload them, put them on the vehicle, and get them the hell gone. Well, if they don't have the trucks, it's not about the drivers. It's they don't have the trucks. There are 14 people, 14, that sit on the board for California with regard to the, what do they call it? The, I forget the name of it. The California and the environmental rule setting with regard to vehicles of any kind. With regard to the ports, they have said any vehicles that do not meet the emission standards for 2014 or better, out. Well, they lost 50% of the trucks right there. Instead of trying to help to get things done, they just made it worse. 14 people. And I have the list of names. So if you guys want to start calling them, that might be good because I think they need some assistance to try to get their acting gear and maybe lower that standard for now, at least for the next 90 days to get the damn ships unloaded. $14 people run it all. Yes, thank you. Port Party, thank you. Yeah, 14 people run it all. And it's not even about the elites when it comes to that. Just these people say, oh, no, no. And by the way, we don't want you to use your lawnmowers either. Come on, really? Give me a break. I'm all for the environment, okay? So don't be thinking that I'm hating on them because they're green people. I'm not. Not at all. But there comes a time at which you just have to say, yeah, okay, that's fine in normal times. But right now, you just got to get it done. Good question. If China doesn't want our money, how is the government paying for the goods in the container ship? Well, first off, the government is not paying for the goods in the container ship. They're not. If it goes to a place like Walmart, guess what? Even Walmart's not paying for it. If it goes to Home Depot, they're not even paying for it. They don't pay for those goods until you buy them. That's when they take ownership of the inventory. That way, none of these big companies, we'll call them Walmart, we'll call them Home Depot for now, the big ones, they don't even pay an inventory tax, okay? Because it's not their inventory. What is in their stores isn't even theirs. It belongs to the people that manufactured or distributed it until it is sold to you, the consumer.
Yeah.
And then the tax is paid. But guess what? It's paid by you. It's not paid by them. It used to be that when something went off season, let's say summer furniture, right? And we'll just use that as an example. Lawnmowers, summer furniture. When it came to an off season, close to winter, they would mark down those kind of items because they don't want to keep it in their inventory, or at the end of the year, they have to pay an inventory tax. Well, they got rid of that long ago, better part of 15 years ago. And none of these big companies pay any of that at all. They don't pay anything because they don't pay for it. Why do you think these companies are allowed to keep adding inventory and adding more to their stores? They never bought it to begin with. They wait for you to buy it.
I know, Sweet and Spicy, your volume is going really, 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 really low, and then it'll go really, 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 really high. I don't know.
What are you talking about? Me?
Yeah.
You said Sweet and Spicy. You talking to me or?
Yeah, because she said that your volume is going low and then it's going really high. And
I can't help you. I'm not touching it. I'm not changing it.
I know. It's somebody else screwing with you again. Yeah, boycott Black Friday. I never shop on Black Friday. I could give a crap about Black Friday.
Yeah, I've never participated in any of that and don't care to. Never has been my thing. The last thing I want to do is go out and be around a bunch of mobs of people fighting over stuff that really doesn't matter anyway.
I remember years ago, I watched a woman get trampled for a Blu-ray player.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, at a Walmart. So because I was working that day, because I used to be a vendor for Walmart. Yeah. So no, thank you. Yeah.
So, like I said, these companies that are out there, they make massive, massive profits all year long. They pay almost no tax whatsoever. They don't pay inventory tax at all. It's up to us, the consumer, to buy the goods, to pay the tax so that they can make money. Don't you see anything wrong with this? Well, we're also working and we're paying federal tax and local tax and state tax and road tax. And oh my gosh, there's gas tax. There's, for those that smoke, there's cigarette tax. I mean, there's sales tax. Give me a break. All we are is little worker bees. That's it.
Yes. Yes. Lynn, you're 100% correct. It started with the Cabbage Patch Kids, if you remember. Yes, because I remember my parents buying me and my sisters all Cabbage Patch Kids when they first came out. Remember, they were all put out by Coleco. Yeah, I remember. I'll never forget.
What does that have anything to do with it?
No. Somebody just brought something up, and I said, yes, I remember all of that. Sorry. I remember.
No. Yeah.
Thank you, off the wall.
Yeah, just by saying it all started with the Cabbage Patch Kids, I don't quite get the comment. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I get it. No, she was talking about Black Friday and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, Black Friday.
My bad.
So anyway, really, if those ships were filled with food, they wouldn't be any good, right? For the most part. I can imagine there's probably something good on them, but I can't imagine that after all the time they're in those extremely hot ships out to sea,
Yeah.
that many of the electronics are even going to be good. You can't leave them in especially out at sea. They're triple digit easily.
Mm-hmm.
Easily, those cargo containers. And now come winter, could feasibly, especially in the Northeast, get cold. And most of those things can't deal with the heat, especially if they're computers or anything like it.
Those things will melt. The components will melt.
Certain components will start to separate over time, yes. And not to say anything bad here, but as most things come from China, it tends to be held together with duct tape anyway. So, how many of those things are really going to really be worth a damn to begin with? But even more so, I'll probably get in trouble for that one. I don't care. It's true. Duct tape. I mean, I actually duct tape is worth more than half of the crap that you'd be wrapping in duct tape. I don't think they make duct tape in China, do they? I think that's a USA only thing. I'm not really sure though. I'm gonna have to.
I don't know. Well, it is considered Alabama chrome, isn't it?
Anyway, I don't know. What do you think the repercussions would be if, I don't know, somebody just said, you know what, all those ships, just go back. Go back. What do you think would happen? I mean, we're not getting the goods anyway, right? So why keep them out there? Just send them back.
I know. I'm sure they make things like that. It just melts in the wind. Yes, it does. It melts in the wind.
Honestly,
I've never had to do it.
Games. I don't know the first thing about it, but I do know that it's beneficial.
Yes, duct tape is a USA product. Thank you, Jen.
I thought it was. Because it's the only thing that I know of that can keep stuff together.
Possibly. If I do, I'm gonna run that
I'm
MK677.
gonna stock up on some more of that this week. But yeah, I mean, think about it. Just send the ships back,
That MK677 what it's called,
and then
less side
you know,
effects. Oversonic.
let's see what effect that has.
Yeah, but it has the less side effects.
Owl, LB, that's my son.
Oh, yeah.
So anybody hear that man's voice in the background? That's my son. He's on the phone.
Yeah, he doesn't realize we can hear everything. In fact, now they can hear it in what, Australia? Might want to tell him that we can hear the conversation in Australia.
Yeah, who's the guy? That's my son. He's 23. And he's home from the Marines. So. Hang on.
Yeah, sweet and spicy. Yeah, Gorilla Tape. You know what? Gorilla Tape's a little bit stronger, but you know what? That's also really expensive. Really expensive. I'm surprised. So yeah, it's just gonna. Somebody mentioned here that they see starving people. You know what? I don't think we've seen anything yet. I don't even think we've really seen hungry people here. But you're gonna. And sooner than you think. I've said it from the beginning, I'll say it again. Winter, end of this year to the end of winter. It's not just going to get ugly. That's just going to be one of those things where people don't expect it because it's just after the holidays. They're fed, fat, and happy, and I hate to use that term, but that's the term people use, right? You're around the holiday times, people have been with their family, they've eaten probably way too much food, and they've celebrated and all that stuff. So they've gotten through that, and they go from that to what's going to happen next. It isn't going to be pretty. So
I know. I'm drinking water. I'm sorry.
While you're spending time with your family through the holiday season this year, whether it be your direct family or indirect family, friends, whatever, take the time to talk to them, not about the fact that you're prepping, but talk to them about what is going on and what you've seen and what you've heard. You don't have to tell them you're prepping. Just about what you've seen and what you've heard. Plant those little seeds in those folks to get them to want to prep.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know,
to get them to want to prep. That's really going to be the main thing. It isn't about what you're doing. Don't need to tell them any of it. But hey, have you seen this? Have you seen this video? Have you thought about this? And if you find that people are saying that, okay, find the ones that aren't. And then show it to them. Enlighten as many as you can. You don't have to talk about prepping. Just say, have you seen this? You thought it was interesting.
Or how about you just do it like this? Instead of saying, have you seen this video? Say, oh, really? Have you seen the way the stores are looking? That's why I started stocking up, because I just don't like the way things are looking, you know?
Hey guys, I got some pictures on my phone. Have you seen this? This is a local store nearby.
Yeah.
You can take the pictures that we're using in these videos, right? Just click on them and save it to your phone.
Yeah.
And
take screenshots. I don't care.
Yeah. Have them so that you can say to your family, look at this.
Yeah.
This is the Dollar General, or this is this, or whatever store it is. And just start talking to people and say, it's not fake. We're seeing it everywhere. Look, it's here, it's here, it's here. Take
And I
that
always
from-
say, okay, well, this is, from Kentucky. This is from Michigan. This is from this. This is from that. You know what I mean? So,
right. But at the same time, because what else are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about what? You're certainly not going to be talking about bright and sunny days ahead. I can assure you of that.
no.
None of us
There's
are.
no there's no more
But
such thing as bright and sunny rainbow and unicorn farts. There's nothing like that anymore, okay?
But you don't want to be doom and gloom either. And yet informing people of what's right in front of them, yet they may not have seen it themselves.
No, I get it. I mean, you don't have to use the doom and gloom because that's in the back of our minds anyway. But what I'm saying is put it to them in a rational, practical way that they'll understand because not everybody understands on the same level.
Right. But most people are visual, if nothing else. So if you just show them the pictures,
Right.
that'll do it.
Right.
That'll. So I was talking to Autumn. What was it yesterday? A friend of mine.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
A friend of mine went shopping, and oddly enough, she decided to go shopping with me on the phone. I mean, people do that. I find it weird, but people do that. So I'm on the other end of the phone, and she's shopping, she's doing her thing, and she's talking to me about other stuff. And then all of a sudden, she asked a Walmart employee, and I was surprised she was in Walmart, but she asked a Walmart employee where something in particular was because she wasn't able to find it. And what was the response, Autumn? You remember what I told you?
What was it about? What was the?
No, what was the response that the Walmart employee had? Do you remember?
I got it. Mm-hmm. I remember she told her that she was on the phone with Martha Stewart.
Yeah, that's what they call me. Give me a break.
I still can't believe she said that.
Yeah. Well, that was going to the bank. I told her, I said, get the money out of the bank. And she said, well, when they ask me what the money is for, what am I going to say? And then she turned around and said,
Okay. She said, wait, hang on. That was your response to her. Okay. This is what she said. What you see is what you get. There's nothing out back and very little coming in, and not to the end of the month. But I can also tell you that no restocking is being done between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. for the foreseeable future.
yes. And that was at Walmart. Okay. So if a Walmart employee is going to say that they're not restocking at night, which is when they typically do it, they do it randomly throughout the day, but they mostly do it at night. That's when they jostle things around and they try to make the store look a little bit different so that you have a harder time finding what it is you want to buy that you bought last week and now you can't find it. That's when they do it. So if they're not restocking anytime soon and not for the foreseeable future,
Yeah. I told you, these shortages are permanent. How many times do I have to say it?
right? So that little comment that was made by that employee of Walmart got my friend to wake up. And she said to me, okay, well, we need to fix this issue. And I said, you're not fixing that issue. She said, no, I need to fix it for me. And I said, fine, go to the bank. And I instructed her of exactly how much to take out. And then she went back to the store with me and we went down aisle by aisle. We only did 2 aisles. We're doing 2 aisles every day. And we're stocking her house. She's got enough money to do this, so I'm not worried about her. But she was so, I'll use this term because she's probably watching, sorry, honey, ignorant of the fact that she could not be able to buy food next week because they're not restocking? I love you. But okay, so if someone's going to do that, how many more people are doing that? Tons of them. I mean, this is somebody I've known for 25, 27 years, and she hasn't listened to me yet. It took a Walmart employee to wake her up. What?
Uh,
I don't care how they wake up. I just want them to wake up.
Linda, I don't know what the hell this is. She just sent me this. Okay. There's things on shelves at Walmart that are wired to a box with a battery in them, spaced every 2 feet or so on certain aisles. I try and blow it up. Can you see that? Anybody know what the heck this is?
It's not, you got to hold it a little closer. So that is wired, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little bit better. Hold it a little closer. Huh. Interesting. So that's wired to the shelf?
Yep.
Huh. I wonder why. And that's in Walmart?
Yep.
Huh.
What are these things on the shelves in Walmart? They are wired to a little box with a battery in them, spaced every 2 feet or so. Linda, I've never seen that before.
No, me either. Are they towards the back of the shelf or in the front?
It's in the front. Looks like a camera or a sensor. Exactly, TL. That's exactly
Right.
what I thought, or what Australian Ange just said. QR scanner. Son of a gun.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. For inventory purposes, I'll assume at the moment.
I don't know.
Because in a store, they're going to use them for two purposes. They're going to use them for ins and outs. In, inventory, out, caching, out, inventory. It's the same thing. Yeah, I could see them doing that. And if it's every 2 feet or so, that might be the allotment of space that they have determined for individual products. That might be right.
I don't know.
Well, I've said from the beginning that by the end of winter, the whole QR code system is in place. All of it. The problem with it is that if you don't have a certain something, you're not going to be able to use a phone with the QR code in order to buy those items. So before they place that trigger that says that's now fully operational, you need to get what you need to get.
I don't know.
That would not shock me.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, I would definitely say it's on the QR side, but again, I can't confirm any of that until we, have it checked out. But we could do that. So what is a QR scanner? It goes in operation with a QR code, and the QR code is this little tiny barcode, except it's a square. It's no longer a bar. It's a little square that has a bunch of little pixels in it, and those little pixels determine your future. Sad to say.
Facial recognition or retina scanning. Oh, sweet and spicy. Don't put that in my head. Come on.
No, that's not that. That's going to come on your phone. Believe it or not.
Linda, get it off the shelf and send it to me, and I'll give it to my mechanic.
Yeah. Well, when I see one, I'll be looking to do that. You know, things fall apart at Walmart all the time. No, I don't think at this point on the shelves they're going to have facial recognition technology. But I will tell you that the phones will. The phones that they're going to be coming out with, and they've already been made, they're made in Germany, by the way. They are fully equipped with everything. And yeah, you'll have them, and you'll have them if you've done this and you're using a QR code. Everybody's going to get one.
Well, Jason just put it the way that, yeah, I understand it. Like this. ABG, you only have 2 cans of Span at home. Please purchase more today. Yeah, exactly. It's like they're like a way to keep track.
Well,
guess what? I don't have any Spam in the house. They're way off.
I have one now. One. I know. It came in our stuff from the pantry, and I went, oh my God, my first official can of Spam. Oh my Lord. I hope it's my last official can of Spam, but I can now say I have one. Ray's dad was trying to say something, and the message went away. I don't know what it was.
Trish, do you want to comment on solely? Oh, don't ask me to pronounce that. I don't know what it is.
No, I do not. Thank you very much.
Okay. No. I don't even know what the hell that is.
I do. I do not.
Oh, Kitsy. Where are you? Kitsy. Why you gotta do it? Why you gotta do it?
Well, okay, you really want to go down that road 5 minutes before we're going to end?
Listen, Kitsy wants to. She asked a question, not me. I just brought it to your attention.
You could have picked something else. So, is that their intent? Anyone that does not comply, yeah, that's their intent.
Green zones.
Are you foolish enough to put yourself in that position? Hopefully not. When they say that, well, if you need food, you can get it here. It just come down here. Are you going to fall for that? So the reason why we're stocking up and we're doing what we're doing, whether people want to monitor me or not and get me to say something, some people are stocking, right? A lot of people are stocking.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care what other people think. I'm going to help as many people as I can, but along the way, the whole reason why we're doing what we're doing is so that you guys and everybody else that hears us doesn't end up in that position. None of us want that. You have to know what their goal is. Their goal is to what?
Yeah.
Right? So put yourself in a position where you don't have to go to where they are to get what you need. Yeah, I call them FEMA camps. You can call them what you want. But
Green zones.
if FEMA says that we have food for you, just come down here, we'll take care of you. Well, yeah, they will. They'll do it. They'll give you what you need. But you aren't leaving unless you have this little thing. So let's not go down there. You know? Do anything but that. So that's not the way I wanted to end tonight, but it's a good way in a way, because now you can go from here and just keep that in your head about how do we stock to the point where we don't have to be at their mercy.
Right.
I don't intend to be at their mercy at any point in time, but I also know that we're only going to live as long as we're going to live. I'm not going to be on this planet 1 minute longer than the good Lord wants me here. That's a fact. So, however long that is, it is. Just don't give up. Don't give in. And sad to say, if your job is on the line, I can understand why you would take the shot, but I hope you don't.
Right.
You know, these are a bunch of transhumanist people wanting to change society drastically. And we covered transhumanism a little bit in one of the videos. Is something I want to go into more on it, not today. But what this is all intended to do to future generations is drastic. They'll try to starve us out, but what they're trying to really do is go after the younger ones to change it all. So it's not going to be good, but you just have to take one day at a time right now. Do what you can, prep how you can. Watch all the videos that you can. Know what you're doing. And if you're canning, please make sure you do it properly, because you can kill yourself if you don't.
Yeah.
Right? It's not about putting rice and beans in a bag. Canning is different.
Yes.
So for those that are doing it, great, awesome. I'm with you on that. Just know what you're doing. Put in a garden, make plans for a garden. That's what we're doing here. And, you know, stock on the meats, can the meats. You can grow vegetables. But I don't think most of you are going to be herding cattle and chickens. So get your meats and find a way to preserve them, whether it be freeze drying, which is very expensive, or canning. You know, do what you got to do. And make sure that you have enough food before you do anything else. Food and water. Food, water, security, right? And making sure that you've got something to barter with if you need to. I would strongly recommend bartering with food. Beans, rice, some spices. It will go a long way. It may sound cheap right now, but it will go a long way when it's needed. So get it while it's cheap. Make a few barter bags. And don't go beyond the barter bags that you make. Don't dip into your own stash. Ciabatta. Make sure that that's, if you're going to prep a few bottle bags on purpose. They don't have to be expensive. You can do it for less than $10. Way less than $10. We were talking earlier, rice, beans, tuna, a small can of chicken, or the envelopes of chicken. Anything like a full meal and then some, because, you know, a pound of rice and a pound of beans will last quite a long time. So mindfully put together something like that, but don't go over and above and dip into your own stash to barter on the food.
Yeah, Kitsy, hiding preps is the next challenge. See, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's the challenge for all of us, regardless of where we live.
Yeah. It definitely is a challenge. And it's, you know, it's individual space. So everybody's got to figure out their own way to do it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Yep. We have went over the 9 o'clock. So, all right. Yes, I'll put you out in a minute. Okay. All right, guys. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Hugs to you too, Lake Ferry. Stay safe, stay positive, keep prepping.
Good night.
And as always, fear less. Good night.
Good night, everyone.